They want attacking purposeful football all the time. Now we've got our backs against the wall and we're going to fight, and we're going to fight hard. You've got to show me all the guts and all the determination you've got in your body. You've got to inspire me.
A marvellous kick. That's as good as you'll ever see. And Footscray back in front.
I don't know about you guys, but if I see one bloke walking out of here, give the pat on the back from people out there for a good effort, I'll spew up.
From inside the centre square. Boys kick the goal. Boys kick the goal. From inside the centre.
Hey, Pack! Welcome to Danny Boyd with Added Steve-O. It's a podcast about premiership favourites, the Footscray Football Club. Proprietary Limited. They trade as Western Bulldogs. I'm Danny McGinlay. We are here at Rancho Steve-O with the great man, Steve-O. You've been working all day at Zero Hangar with Brad Scott getting sacked. Is that how traumatic a day is that, a coach sacking for a sports journal?
Well, I've seen him come and go, Danny. I tell you, it was a Tuesday again. I think Vossi went on a Tuesday. 7:30 a.m. seems to be the time where they're doing it each time. And your heart sort of sinks a bit. I used to enjoy the coach sackings.
Really?
Well, as a journo, it's great. A bit of sport, chasing the story.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a grind these days, but we got there. And a lot of the press conferences now are pretty dull, Danny.
Yeah. You say a lot. I say all. It's all
the coach sackings.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's not as many journos. They don't go as hard. And the coaches don't turn up. So the coach who was sacked used to come to the press conference.
That's true. Yeah, I remember. You'd see that very awkward one with Eddie Maguire, and he's got Mick Moldhouse on one side and Bucks on the other, and Mick is not happy about the world. By the way, we should just point out, Bulldogs do not play Essendon this week.
What a relief.
Look at that.
Chance. Yeah. So we'll take that. That changes the ladder. Obviously, West Coast will cop them this week.
Yeah. I would tip. I'm definitely tipping the Bombers. I think this dead coach bounce will be big.
They haven't got a lot of players left. That's the thing. So they haven't got a lot to bounce with. Carlton has still had the players.
Yep.
Whether they've got the players, but there will be a bounce. They love Dean Solomon.
Yep.
Is this the Hangar podcast or the Bomber
We're just celebrating that it's not us. Yeah, I know. We've buried the lead here. We're talking. What are we doing?
I mean,
we spent a minute 45 talking about some other loser club, forgetting we had one of the great wins, Steve-O.
It was pulsating, wasn't it? Oh. It was edgy your seat stuff up there at Top Dogs, and finally got it done. It was just a grind, real grind, because we were 33 points up. Looked like I sort of said to my son, well, if we kick one more here, we'll probably break this game.
Yep.
But we're not quite at that level at the moment. We used to break teams, get 33 and then just keep going. So with the players out, and Melbourne are a good team, we couldn't quite do that.
Yeah.
But I thought, I was filthy at half time.
Because they got 3 goals very quickly, didn't they? So so at that point, I was not watching. We were coming towards the end-ish of Have You Been Paying Attention? And there was actually a kid in the studio audience, Demons fan, who was like, don't give me any score updates. Do not. So I started making up what was going on in the game, even though I was checking on my phone. I knew that. And I was all up and about. I've gone, wow, I can't believe Max Gorn's done an ACL and Cozzy Pickett in the same incident. Oh, Bont's got his 10th already. And I was all up and about and being cocky because we were winning. And then they got 3 goals and I had to maintain this facade of being cocky.
Yeah, there's nothing more frustrating for me as a supporter is those red time goals.
Oh, yeah. And we're the kings of it though.
But they kill you. I mean, and then you're 3 in a minute. A few little things went wrong. A soft free kick, lucky one over the top. Gorn snapped one.
Yep.
And I nearly snapped the seat in front of me. I gave it a bit of a touch up with the foot. I thought, fuck this.
Well, what do you do?
I was so flat because you like to go into half time to Top Dogs and have a beer and on a high.
Absolutely.
I sat there for 5 minutes thinking, can we recover from this? 8 points down. All the momentum seemed to with Melbourne.
Yeah.
But they just really irked me, those red time goals.
And every Demons fan, they love wearing the 2021 merch when we play them. I don't know if they wear it every game, but I'm pretty sure they don't. And it just seems a vindictive little jab to the Dogs, that they'll wear that. And it's just, they've had our number for a while. We had that great win when Jamara Ugle-Hagan kicked the winner against them. But since then,
we had a win last year.
Last year, of course, Sam Darcy Mark of the Year.
It was almost Mark of the Year, but we'll claim it.
He won it.
Yeah, we won.
Oh, as in, yeah, he didn't take it. Well,
so it was similar. I think that was probably 2 or 3 points as well.
I think it was.
But there was a few crazy things happening. I was pretty happy with the crowd, 30,000. I think that was a good thing for the Dogs. On a Sunday, Melbourne don't travel their supporters.
They do not.
So that was credit to the Bulldog supporters. a bad jumper clash sitting there. Maybe my eyes are going, but it was too much red and blue.
Yeah.
Melbourne have to wear the white. So that was crazy.
I've got to say, during Indigenous rounds, I wish the AFL would work a bit harder against the jumper clash. I mean, last year, remember, we played Geelong and they were wearing red and we were wearing blue and it was shocking. I think I would love it if we just played GWS in Indigenous round. And not for, this is nothing to do with the culture. It's just you got new jumpers. Your eyes are getting used to it. We're old men here.
Yeah.
Just North versus Gold Coast, I was fine with that. But Adelaide Hawthorn, I was struggling a bit.
Yeah.
I just had to keep reminding myself who was who.
I think the AFL have got some issues at the moment, obviously timekeeping, calling time on, which helped us at the end. There was 30 seconds that went wrong. But the jumper clashes, Danny, is something that easily fixed.
Yeah.
In Premier League clubs, they have totally bizarre jumper, a third one, could be pink or lemon or whatever, that doesn't clash with anybody. And Melbourne, I said to a Melbourne supporter, why haven't you got your white jumper on? We don't have that one anymore. Well, hello. You need it against the Bulldogs for a home game.
Aren't they obligated, though, to wear your Indigenous Guernsey for Doug Nicholls rounds?
No, they kind of are, but if Melbourne had done that, it would have been a complete mishmash, a complete clash. So they couldn't.
And
do
Collingwood
that.
didn't for Pendle's.
But can't they say
record breaking?
Can't they
Chuck
say?
your phone on
well,
silent.
Who is that?
Come on, we're broadcasting.
This is Greg Swan, obviously.
Greg Swan's
from the
texting
AFL.
you. That's amazing.
He's listening in live. But I tried to put that on airplane mode or airport mode.
Yeah.
In fact, it is. I'm not sure why that's still happening.
Oh.
But
Creepy. Anyway.
Also, but with the Indigenous jumpers,
Yeah.
why don't we decree that every jumper has to be different?
Yeah, I mean, there's also no rule that the Indigenous jumper has to be your colours. Wouldn't it be great to get a green one in?
Yeah.
Just to mix it up.
Mix it up. So that was another work. And, of course, 8 points up, I was pissed off going inside. I had a supersized Prosecco.
Oh, yeah.
Don't tell anyone, but they pour them big there in the Top Dogs, and Jane and her friends are onto it.
Mate, Top Dogs should pay this podcast for the amount of advertising you do for that coterie group.
But they pour them big. At a classy restaurant, a champagne size is normally, I don't know how many mils.
Yeah.
You get the double. So please don't tell anyone. Well, it doesn't affect the club's budget.
No, not at all. This is all Delaware North.
Delaware North. Don't tell anyone at Delaware North, but it's a great deal in there, the supersized Prosecco.
Yep.
So I thought going
Is Prosecco your angry drink?
potentially. You can have a bit of bubbles in it.
So if we were winning, what would you have had?
Probably a Prosecco, because it's too good a deal. And everyone's onto it.
Yeah, okay.
It's $14 or something, but it's a double pour.
Okay.
Anyway, Delaware, thanks for that. So I thought going in a little bit pessimistic, thought, this game's turned. Melbourne were up and about. They're confident. But then we kicked the first goal of the third, and then after that it was just an arm wrestle.
See, I missed a lot of the third quarter due to post-show meetings and whatnot, but then it was on in the office and I could see through a glass wall. I was getting very distracted in the post-show meeting. So I eventually ran out and I made it to the Cricketers' Arms for the final quarter and there was actually a fair few Demons fans there. Maybe they thought the game was at the MCG or whatnot. And so I went there and it was kind of cool. And the kids behind the bar at the Cricketers, they're great. And I was just chatting to them, and I don't think they realised how emotionally invested I was, because I like you, when the game's tense, I internalise a lot of it. And I'm just sitting there quietly. Yeah. So, but it was genuinely so exciting at the end.
There's a lot of great moments. Obviously, Riley West's tackle. Aaron Norton, who I looked at the coaches' votes, didn't get a vote. I thought seen a lot of Aaron Norton play footy, almost his most influential performance.
I haven't seen him play like that, though. He played like Riley West. He was there attacking the ball, always at ground level, always hunched over. It was I loved it. Yeah, and
he set up a couple. Great attack on the ball out on the wing. Rory Lobb sort of managed to almost halve the ruck contest, because Max Gawn, he's just trying to rip it out, trying to grab the ball and dominate. But Rory Lobb managed to sort of neutralise that. And Riley Sanders got a lot of the footy. So
there was a lot of chat on before the game. Oh, not before the game, lady. On the couch last night about clearly we'd done our homework on where Gawn taps the ball, which is something we've lacked with a lot of. We knew we weren't going to win this ruck contest. So and pretty much every time Gawn was tapping it, Bont knew where to be. Bont and Treloar always just attacking it. And that was quite fun. Also, if you watched last night's AFL 360, they chat to Bevo a bit. So there's some good analysis in the KO KO shows last night. But Langford's mark. Now, I've only seen the TV footage, and he's got his back to the camera. Does it just slip right through? Did you get it? Like, that was down your end, wasn't it?
I looked away. I was there. It was down my end. It was in the pocket there.
Yeah.
But it was just a frenzy. I can't remember seeing it that clear. I just see it scramble and drop to the ground. But he probably should have taken it. And look,
they would have
the
won
way
the
the
game.
umpires are going.
Yeah.
It could have been paid.
Oh, absolutely.
It was line ball. It was a 15th away from being a mark. There's no doubt.
Yeah, and it was at the ground. Like, did you have any idea how long there was to go? Was it because often there's someone who's got the KO
I
on their
do.
phone.
I've got a bit of a habit of going to the app.
So you go to the app
Even
and you
late
check
in
it out.
quarters, I do it because
Are
I
you
hate
yelling
red
out,
time.
1 minute?
No. People ask. It's everyone knew, and that's why the Raw was so big when Bont got the ball out
Right.
on the wing.
Yeah.
Which is the way footy's changed. Everyone knew.
Yeah.
So the Raw went up. Everyone knew the Dogs had won. But I check that every quarter now with a minute to go because those red time goals, and we let another one through late in the third quarter.
Yeah.
It just kills you. But
Also, you're wanting to get in for the double Prosecco very quickly.
yeah, can we go now? So, but no, it was a ripping game, and we needed that. We deserved it, and really, there was some positives. I thought Jark's coming back in and holding his composure.
Yep.
In that situation with the ball in the air. We saw Zerha get a free for North in a similar situation where the ball was in the air and the Gold Coast bloke panicked. So credit there. We held the ball up pretty well and not a lot of negatives. I thought Treloar looked all right too.
Yeah. I mean, one of the negatives would be Bailey Williams going down.
Oh, that happened the week before.
Was it the week before? Then why was Bevo? All right, hang on.
Yeah, that's why when you said on the injury report, which we'll get to, you were surprised. But no, that happened in the Carlton game. We went down the week before.
I swear my kid must have been talking at me while I was watching Bevo because he was talking about Bailey Williams. Maybe it was Bailey
He
Dale.
was last night.
Yeah.
And he was explaining how important he is as a swingman. He can go anywhere and the fact that it's probably impacted on us because he can play forward, back, on a wing. He's sort of a handyman, a Mr. Fix-It.
Yeah.
So he's been a loss.
Out for 8 weeks, according to the
it's
injury report, which just got sent through. But there's some very exciting things in the injury report. For instance, a certain Cody Waitman is rumoured to come back. Now you're at the cutting edge of sports journalism. Do you reckon he'll play, or is he going to go VFL?
So it says test.
Yeah.
Normally that means my money, and this is not for the Patreon people, this is my calculated estimation of the situation is I think he'll play.
Dead set. That is so exciting.
And come straight in.
Yeah, right.
I'm just reading Bevo's body language, the love for Cody Waitman.
Yep.
And Bob. It's a love affair.
Yeah.
I mean, Cody Waitman's been out injured for 18 months and he's
right.
been elevated to the leadership group. So he's in the leadership group. He's got a long-term injury. Bevo loves him. I think what's the point of playing him in the twos? You've got 5 on the bench. Mm-hmm. So if something, he only has to play, he's 40% game time, but it just will give everyone a lift.
Yeah.
Suddenly you got him zipping around, home game against Collingwood. Hopefully English is back. My mail is that English will play.
Okay.
I expect him to play.
This is
like
good.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't think the concussion was as severe as perhaps reported or the headlines came out. So if English plays, then suddenly you can throw lob forward. You've got Waitman zipping around. You've got Artie Jones. So we've never really seen Artie Jones and Waitman together.
Exactly. Now this is very
exciting. So this is starting
exciting
to look good. Then you got Norton and Lobb and a few other bits and pieces. Treloar playing forward. It's suddenly starting to look a lot better.
Yeah.
You're even getting up and about.
Well, absolutely I am, especially considering Collingwood, they're going to be, I thought they would be emotionally coming down off Pendle's 4-3-3 anyway, but with losing Jamie Elliott and apparently...
Darcy Moore's out.
How many Dacoses are getting scanned?
Nick had a scan on his foot.
Is he all right?
Maybe from having too many kicks again. But no, I think he'll be fine.
Nuts.
But there's no excuses. I'm supremely confident that we can get hold of Collingwood this week without, because the forward line without Elliott and the back line without Moore.
Yeah.
And Pendles is going to be sore.
Yes.
Will he be managed again? He's starting to look old, Pendles.
Did you watch any of the Pendles cam on KO?
I couldn't bring myself. I'm all pendled out.
No, I watched it for a bit because it was so ridiculous.
What was it? Did it add anything to the equation?
Absolutely not. It detracted so much, but I kind of got sucked into it of just what, because I'll admit I've gone to games where the Bulldogs aren't playing, and I'll just watch one player for a quarter. I do it with like the big names. Like I've done it with Chris Judd. I've done it with Adam Goods. I've done it with Jason Ackermanis when he was at the Lions. And you just kind of, I think it's a great fun way to watch the game. Like, what are you doing there? And but he did not have a good game. I mean, he got 20 touches, but they weren't effective. Like he didn't dominate the game or anything like that. And when I first chucked it on the Pendles cam, he was on the bench for another 6 minutes. Yeah. And I was so determined, like my family were like, what? Why is it just showing the bench? I go, shut up. I'm going to stick with this till he gets back on.
Yeah, no, it was, I don't know why they did it, but I'm credit to Collingwood for all wearing the gold jumpers. That made it for me. And I got a little bit emotional with the full MCG.
Yeah.
You sort of get proud of Melbourne. Proud of footy.
Always showing up. Yeah.
You know, and it's just a special Saturday arvo.
Imagine West Coast won though. Would have been hilarious.
Oh, we were barracking. And the umpiring wasn't great for them either.
No.
It wasn't great for us again, by the way. A couple of 50s.
You reckon?
Well, Riley West gave away 2. One was a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
Joel Frazier. Just a tap on the head. Well, what's footy become? It wasn't a lot in that. I know you were told you can't do it, but gee, imagine back in the 80s having a goal taken off you for that.
Yeah. And Bevo did talk about, that he was proud that he, his second effort got the ball, but obviously he stuffed up real bad with the. But he's a nice boy, Frazier. So
he is. He's very mature, isn't he? I think he's still 20, maybe just 21.
Right. Yeah.
So he's a grown man.
I mean, he'll learn from it.
He'll learn. He seems a ripper, and I'm glad that Bevo's backed him in. And I think there's signs there that he's getting back into form as well.
Yeah.
I think Kennedy was moving better. Obviously, Richards has been
amazing.
Sore.
Yes.
If you listen to the correct Mar, which I think I've got, he's been having jabs to get up, and then you're pretty sore for this. Once that jab wears off.
Yeah.
But I think clearly he was running a lot better.
So he's healing slowly.
Yeah, he must be healed.
That's fantastic.
He was running a lot better. Kennedy, I heard, might have had a slight groin, and that's why he went off the radar. He wasn't getting a lot of the ball.
Okay.
Low game time, down to 12, 14 touches, which is not Kennedy.
Yeah.
That we know.
No.
So he looked better as well. So I think there's some positives to come out of it. A lot of positives.
Yeah.
And Lockie McNeil, who I personally don't think should be in the side, and I'm happy to say that, and I think a lot of people would agree with that. But what he did late in the third quarter, squirted out a handball.
Very underrated player, Lockie McNeil.
He does a job.
Friend
Obviously,
of the show.
doing something. He's doing something that I can't see, but he's doing it well. He's running hard. He turns up every week, and he'll probably stay in the side because of that brilliant piece of work that he set up a goal in Norton.
Damn straight. I got nothing wrong. I think he should be there all the time. I'm not one of these whipping boy McNeil types. He's a friend of the show. You had a great chat with him. One of his mentors was Peter Rode.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, I've had a love-hate relationship. When there's some players.
Yeah. And he's a lot of people's whipping boy.
I know that. So I'm saying it as a Bulldog, and there's a lot of people obviously listening to this probably feel the same. But credit to him for what he did on the weekend. I thought it was pretty good. He puts his body on the line. Cooper Hines is probably struggling a bit, the young kid. He needs a rest.
Yep.
I would have thought at some stage. But James O'Donnell, brilliant to have him back. Moving, he's good kick, he's silky, spoils well. And Caulfield's pretty solid. So and Buku.
Buku, yeah, he had a couple of quieter weeks, but I thought he was really good.
So I'm concerned about Buku, obviously his manager. He's got
really?
a manager that's a bit left field, not part of the normal management scene.
Okay.
So if you listen to
He hasn't re-signed yet?
Hasn't re-signed.
Okay.
If you listen to the Mail, he wants about 800 a year.
Okay.
So I think there should got to be a bit of loyalty coming back from Buku to the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Because the Bulldogs have stuck by Buku.
We did say you could leave.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
the deal couldn't be done.
They haven't done a deal yet. Okay.
They couldn't do a deal. Like, he's holding out for probably more money. I think Carlton are prepared to offer 700,000 or 800,000.
Would you want to go to Carlton?
That's the thing. Come on, Buku.
Can't, Books. Honestly.
So that's a watch.
All right.
The Buku situation.
Is there any other...
And the only other good news is that I was thinking Zach Butters, if he's watching that game, which I reckon he would have been, thought there's a bit of passion and bark in those dogs.
Yes.
That was a real Bulldog-like performance.
Yeah. Yeah. And did you see one of the Channel 7 shows? They'd looked at how Zach Butters has acted at every coin toss, but he gave Bev Bont a big hug.
That was big, wasn't it? The way that they analysed that.
Yeah.
But I've got a really positive feeling about it.
Well, I mean, I heard rumours about this 18 months ago.
I know.
So, maybe as far as people say it was locked in 2024.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, that's one for well down the track. I mean, for all we know, we're getting Zach Merritt. So,
Well, yeah, who knows? He might stay around now that Essendon are gone. But have we got... I was just thinking about Giggs before. I miss a Giggs not being here. Has he got anything for us today?
Oh, does Giggs have facts? Yes, he does.
For Giggs facts, Bulldogs knowledge he extracts. Yeah, here come the Giggs facts. The data's been checked and it tracks. Giggs facts. Danny asks the questions and boy he reacts. So sit on back and relax. Put on your thinking caps because we're gonna do the Giggs facts.
This one's bloody good. It's bloody good. Actually, I should point out that he sent me these facts, and I actually had to dig at him. I had to give him a spray as the captain of this podcast. I've just decided I am. I said, mate, that's really great what you've got, but do you remember last week all these Giggs facts were quite negative, and we won, and now he's given me some positive ones. So, and credit to him, he came back with some negative ones. So we'll go with the positive ones here first of all. 4 games this year for the Dogs have been by 6 points or under. That's where he's gone with a lot of these. So he did a bit of a deep dive.
And we've won them all.
We've won them all. 4 wins by under 6 points this year has only happened in one other season, 2016.
Wow, I like it.
We were ahead of the ledger in 6-point games in Bevo's first 3 years, but we've only been in one season since 2020 until now. We broke even in 19, 22 and 25, but we lost more close games than we won in 18, 23 and 24. Overall, 5 winning seasons, unless we totally stuff up the second half of the year, 4 losing seasons and 3 drawn seasons. In total, 35 games in the Bevo era have been decided by less than 6 points, and we are 21 wins, 14 losses.
You'd take that, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Because traditionally the Bulldogs seem to lose the close ones, just as a supporter, heartbreak kid type of stuff. So that's good. And this year, imagine if we dropped a couple of those, we'd be in a lot of trouble.
Oh, mate, absolutely.
And we've had some heroes, and each late in those games, things finally have fallen our way. A lot of the times things have just gone awry at the end.
Yep.
But
we did lose one game by less than a goal in 2016. Do you remember what game that is?
No.
Bob Murphy does his knee.
Yes, that was a shocker.
James Sicily gets
early on in the year. We
depressing.
were flying. It was depressing. We had that game.
We did have that game.
We were running all over the top of them. That was a long trip home. But playing Collingwood this week, I got to remember a couple of my most favourite memories of football were in games against Collingwood.
Oh yeah.
So the Gubby Allen kick across goal.
Of course,
I was there for that. Luckily.
Yep.
Steve Collingwood.
Oh, that goal.
Running around Graham Wright. That was a ripper. Is he going to take him on? That was Bruce McAvaney.
Bruce, mate, it's in the commentary we have at the start of this podcast every week is from that, not that goal, but it's from that game.
So there's 2 great ones. Remember when Travis Cloak kicked a long bomb, a long floater for us?
In his 12th minute of being a Bulldog.
Yeah,
that was the highlight of that year.
We've had some good games against the Pies.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've also had some dark ones. Do you remember when they beat us by 1 point in 1994 and your cousin Doug Hawkins got pinged for the worst holding the ball ever in the goal square, somewhere in the second quarter.
Yeah.
But he was clearly trying to punch it, and the umpire
shocking.
It was absolutely
But we got robbed at Victoria Park one day too. My mate Darren Davies thought he'd sockered one through, and they said it was touched or a soft free kick down in the city end there.
Yep.
Shocker.
Mate, I've had some terrible times at Victoria Park. In fact, I've never seen the Bulldogs win at Victoria Park, and that was quite an
It's as
intimidating
bad as they
place.
said. I've only been to a couple of games there at the end of it. Was there like urine in cups and all that sort of stuff? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I was when it was a men's game. I mean, the last time I would have gone there, I would have been about 11. So credit to my dad; he protected me from a lot of that by just distracting me when some bad stuff was going on. But I do remember it stank of urine, and
So people used to just relieve themselves in tin cans?
there was a toilet behind the grandstand that you go to, but it was very acidic smelling.
Well, there were great times, but thankfully we've moved on. I lived across the road from Victoria Park for about 5 years.
Yeah.
In the early 90s, which was a fantastic time. So I went to the last game there. So that's another story for another day.
Yeah. Do you know that Sunday's win was Bevo's 150th as coach?
I heard that.
Yeah.
I think Giggs has been scooped there.
Do you know how many losses he's had? He's had 150 wins. What do you reckon?
I would say 120.
114.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty good record.
That's a very good record.
Most coaches take a 50% record because it's bloody hard. So what's that, about a 55%er?
Now, here's these positive facts for this week. In the Bevo era, we are undefeated against Collingwood when we play them in round 12. It's a sample size of 1. But that match was 2024 when we came from 2 goals down at three-quarter time to win by 18 points. The game was notable for being the one in which Sam Darcy got 2 weeks for Clock and Braden Maynard.
Yeah.
And he said that Giggs' point out he really loved that game because he got tickets in the cheer squad and he sat near a certain Mark Stevens.
Right. He was too there that
Yeah.
night. So, I used to get the tickets through Linda Peachy.
That's right, the great Linda Peachy.
And I love the cheer squad.
Yeah, they're
Because
brilliant
it's happiness.
people.
Regardless if you're winning or losing, they're happy.
Yep.
And that makes me happy.
Mate, I just thought so often in the Patreon. By the way, only $5 a month. Please support. We've got a great special guest today, a true diamond dog coming on. We could ring some of the cheer squad because there are some absolute characters in there that I love. Nana Shaz. You all know Nana Shaz. Where's the outrageous outfit? Massive on TikTok, Nana Shaz.
Right, okay.
Yeah, she's got a fair few thousand followers.
Nana Shaz. Hot
Yeah.
Nana.
She is. She uses the filters, but she's a great person. Also, dogs have anyway. So he sent me all these stats, and I gave him a spray. I go, mate, what are you doing? Don't give us the negativity. Don't give us the positivity. We need some negativity that football gods can reverse jinx. So here we go. This is his negative stuff. Our record against Collingwood in May since 1947 is as bad as our free kick count was good in 2016 grand final. 20-8 Collingwood's way. Collingwood's the only AFL team we've never beaten by 10 goals. And the 18 biggest margins and 24 of the top 25 in Dogs Pies games were Collingwood wins. Isn't that?
It says a lot about our history. But the fact that we haven't got hold of Collingwood by 10 goals plus
I know,
is
it's surprising.
Because we do get hold of teams.
Yeah. 2021, we played them round 1 and it was Treloar's first game for us. And
I reckon that final where Farron Ray ripped it apart.
2006.
I reckon we won that quite comfortably.
Yeah,
probably
maybe that's the
45 points.
Yeah, I reckon. And to cap it all off, Giggs has got the amazing brain that can do anagrams. Collingwood Magpies Outlook is an anagram of "Look out, dogs! I come walloping."
That's great.
So there's the negativity.
Yeah.
There's the Giggs facts.
Yep.
So we are going to talk to a diamond dog very soon. Do you have any other messages or any other previews that can be said about this weekend?
Well, I've kind of given most of it away. I think Waitman will play.
Yep.
Just a gut feel. Bevo's passion for him. I think he was more likely to play if Bevo could pull a surprise card.
Yep.
But now it's sort of been talked about. Bevo might say wait.
Yep.
English, I reckon, will play. Hines will have a spell. And, I think it's looking pretty positive. Lockie McNeil will play again. So everything's looking good.
And where will you be this Saturday night?
I'll be in Top Dogs again.
There it is.
So hopefully they've still got the super-sized glasses because Jane and her friends just come along for the Prosecco.
Okay.
It's a wonderful spot to be.
I think I might be in Top Dogs as well. I'm bringing both my kids.
Yep.
They're very keen on my son's very keen on the footy and my daughter's very keen on the Korean chicken nuggets that you can only get on the wing at Marvel Stadium.
It was interesting in Top Dogs, though. Tim English came up.
Yeah, okay.
And I thought, this will be good. We'll get an update on his concussion. I thought, I'll get a story out of this.
Yeah.
So he walked up, waited, and there was no one there to interview him.
No MC.
I'm not sure what happened. But there was zero MC at the top.
Well, I was
dogs.
working at Have You Been Paying Attention? I'd told the club I wasn't able to do it, and my arch rival Kevin Hillier didn't show up.
Well, he might have been at the social club, was he?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, sometimes they stuff up the time, so I've no idea.
Yeah, so that was a bit flattening.
Yeah.
I was standing there thinking, well, I could probably interview Tim English.
You could just grab the mic and have a chat.
Probably could have done that. But anyway, we missed out there. So what I'm saying about English is just information I've gathered. There's nothing there. Normally he would have revealed that.
Yeah.
But we didn't get an interview.
All right. Well, we are going to slip behind the paywall very soon, but I've got one final fact for everyone that will absolutely guarantee that the Dogs will win this Saturday night. In the history of VFL, AFL, nobody has ever won their 434th game.
I like it. And I reckon we're a chance there. And I reckon he won't even play, you know.
Yeah, they probably will rest him, won't they?
They'll rest him. He's battling, the poor guy. So at least they helped him through. But really, this is a chance. Collingwood are going to have that downer.
Yeah.
And for once, we're getting a side on a down and not
yes, that's a good point. Oh, God, we're
the
totally...
letdown game.
We're going to stuff this up, aren't we? No, we're not. We're going to win. Go Dogs.
I gave my childhood to that role of the red, white and blue sea, and the knowledge that you had two loves, the Bulldog boys and me. 20 years on, I feel that longing hanging in September air. But the reason I go every week is to pretend you're still there. And they will find the glory one day, and I will throw it at your feet. It's a long, long road they're running for you, the dogs of Footscray streets. It's a long, long road they're running for you, the dogs of Footscray streets.